In the dead of night, hooves thunder through the darkness. A black horse gallops with unnatural speed, and riding upon it is a figure draped in black, holding his own severed head. For centuries, the legend of the Headless Horseman has haunted cultures across the world. But what if I told you it's not just a legend? The true origins of the Headless Horseman. Most people associate the Headless Horseman with Washington Irving's classic story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. But the terrifying truth is, tales of headless riders go back centuries. And in many cases, they're real. The Ghost of the Hessian Soldier, 1776. One of the most famous real-life inspirations for the Headless Horseman comes from the American Revolutionary War. In 1776, British forces hired ruthless German mercenaries known as Hessians to fight against the Americans. One Hessian cavalryman was especially feared. He was a brutal, relentless warrior, until the day a cannonball struck his head clean off during the Battle of White Plains. His headless body was buried in a lonely grave near the Hudson River. But according to legend, his spirit never rested. Soon after, villagers in Sleepy Hollow, New York, reported seeing a headless rider galloping through the woods at night. Some say he was searching for his lost head. Others claim he was seeking revenge. And those who looked him in the eyes never returned. The Irish Dullahan, a headless harbinger of death. Long before Sleepy Hollow, the Irish had their own terrifying headless rider, the Dullahan. A headless spectre on a black horse, the Dullahan is said to ride only at night, carrying his rotting, grinning head under one arm. His eyes glow in the dark, and his flesh is as pale as the dead. But the most chilling part? The Dullahan calls out the name of someone who is about to die. And once he speaks it, there is no escape. Witnesses claim he rides with a whip made of human spines, and that locked doors and gates fly open at his approach. In some stories, if you see the Dullahan, he throws a bucket of blood in your face, marking you for death. Even today, some Irish families refuse to be outside at night, for fear of hearing hooves in the distance. The Headless Horseman of Texas, 1867. In 1867, a chilling tale emerged from South Texas. A group of Texas Rangers was hunting a notorious outlaw named Vidal, a man known for his brutal crimes. One night, they finally caught him, and executed him on the spot. But they didn't just kill him. They cut off his head, and tied his headless body to a wild Mustang. They set the horse loose, letting it roam the desert as a warning to other criminals. But they never expected what happened next. Locals soon reported seeing the headless rider galloping through the night, his lifeless body still strapped to the horse. Some claimed they could hear his eerie, gurgling laughter echoing through the hills. And even 150 years later, ranchers in the area swear they still see a ghostly rider on a wild horse, with no head. The legend lives on. From the Hessian soldier of Sleepy Hollow to the Dullahan of Ireland. to the Headless Outlaw of Texas. The stories of headless riders are disturbingly similar. But the question remains, are they just legends? Or is there something more sinister at play? If you're ever alone at night, and you hear the distant sound of hooves approaching, do not turn around. Do not stop to listen. Run. Because if the stories are true, he's coming for you next.